Lyoto Machida, who's a year or two older than me, or Rich Franklin, who's a few years older, Hoyce Gracie's maybe 13 years older. They didn't stop living in that sort of lifestyle when they stopped fighting. You know, like, oh yeah, of course I don't do that. So there's no discipline being used to just like, well, why would I do things to sabotage my health or success or happiness? You know, to them, that'd be like saying like you sacrificed eating cat today. You know, did anybody feel like that was a sacrifice? No worries. No, didn't take any discipline for you to not eat a cat turd today, yeah? So it'd be like similarly, crazy to them. What do you mean you sacrificed being drunk and eating cheesecake?
If you don't have $1 million yet, you're living a much lesser life than what could be easily available to you with the right guidance. My head coach has freed up a few spots in his calendar to hold one-on-one strategy calls with the highest quality applicants. If you're doing well already and you're looking to accelerate your momentum and do even better, click the link in the description now and apply for your strategy session. More at the end of this video.
If there's something on the schedule, you got to go do it. You made plans to do this. If it's the day that you decided you're supposed to, if that's leg day or whatever weightlifting day or whatever training day that they're supposed to do, there's the people that are most successful, the people that are best, they go do that shit. And some of the older people that are, I'm thinking Lyoto Machida, who's a year or two older than me, or Rich Franklin, who's a few years older, Hoyce Gracie's maybe 13 years older. They didn't stop living in that sort of lifestyle when they stopped fighting. They didn't stop living an industrious lifestyle. They still train. They still do their little MMA training and keep up some skills. They still are very attuned to diet and fitness things, weight training and diet and nutrition and so on. And they don't talk about that like, oh, it's a sacrifice. Oh, I sacrificed cheesecake so I could have abs when I'm 50. No, it's richer. They don't talk that way. They don't think that way. Like, I sacrificed cheesecake. I sacrificed being drunk. That would just be like a ridiculous thought. It's not a thought that they have. It's just like, oh yeah, of course I don't do that. So why would I ever do that? So there's no discipline being used to just like, well, yeah, why would I do things to sabotage my health or success or happiness? So of course not. To them, that'd be like saying like you sacrificed eating cat shit today. It's like, did anybody feel like that was a sacrifice? So no worries. No, didn't take any discipline for you to not eat a cat turd today, yeah? So it'd be like similarly, crazy to them. That like, what do you mean you sacrificed being drunk and eating cheesecake? Some of the guys don't really fully respect the female fight. Some of them do, but some of the guys are like, oh yeah, that's the girls' division. Some of those women are more psychologically tough than the guys are. Some of the female fighters are more psychologically tough. That doesn't mean they're physically stronger, and there's an argument to be made that there's a lot less women fighting than there are men. So to win a female title versus a male title is a different level of competition. There's a fair argument to be made about that. But some of those women are psychologically tougher than most of the men are. I think including her and including Claudia for sure. I've spent a lot of time with Claudia and dozens of days together, and that's how she is all the time. Like there's never an excuse. There's never any kind of I'm that way too. Is like neither one of us we'd both be embarrassed to say like, oh, I'm not, whatever happened, and I'm not going to lift weights today like we planned, or we're not training today or something. Like, well, of course we are. No, those people are, the high level ones are that way. And like everywhere else, the mid-level and lower level ones got a lot of excuses, and that's why they are where they are. But the people that are the top 100 people from that profession are very serious and honorable people, almost all of them. There's a couple of them we could debate, but almost all of them. Certainly, a tremendously more higher proportion than the population out there. I think there's something about of the overlap in personality of a lot of the female champions and top contenders. They don't want some guy to take care of them. They don't want some, she could go find some dude that could give her more money than she's going to go find by herself. She's doing fine, obviously. She's a multimillionaire. She's doing very well, going to be doing better in the future. But it's just one of those women that just wants to do shit herself and live her life her way, and just a tough, tenacious person. So I find something very respectable about it. My favorite weightlifting partner is little Claudia. When she and I go lift weights together, it's my favorite. We went to the gym day together. Frequently we train together wherever we're at together. And there's always this little. We're very cooperative and collaborative with each other, but there's always this little competition that she's half my weight, about exactly half. So it's not even enough that it's a man versus woman disparity, but if, whatever I'm lifting, she'll make sure she'll do it just a little bit more than half, like one plate more than half of whatever I'm lifting. And I'm just like, God damn it. Because on my next set, I'm going to go, I'm going to raise the weight. And, somehow you find the strength to get that weight up too. So, but then on her next set, she's going to. So there's this little subtle war that we do together that, we're both aware of, but sometimes we talk about it and sometimes we don't. But there's this little subtle war of upping the weight or upping the reps. And but she's fucking tough, She's very strong, pound for pound. She's amazingly strong. And even if we're in grappling she's obviously more talented pound for pound. She's one of the best, grapplers, female grapplers ever. But she could just be smashed and can't do anything, just have her just pinned and smushed. And I'm, all right, you want to tap? And she's like, no. And can't barely breathe, but no. All right, what are we going to do here? What's your plan? She's like, let's fucking go. Like, where are you going? There's, maybe I'll tap her with an elbow a couple times. I'm like, where are you going? There's nowhere you're going to go. Like, what are you going to do? She's like, shut up. Let's go. And, I'll just stop. I'll just get off of her and leave, we'll reset and start again. But, she don't want to tap. She don't want to, somewhere in her head, she don't want to give up, And even when she's really out of options, but, somewhere in her head, she's like, she has this feistiness about her. Just like, wants to continue. And those aren't comfortable situations. When I got to when Frank Mir is smashing me or some shit, and he's 300 pounds, and you're like, and he's like a super talented black belt, like has the most submissions in UFC heavyweight history. It's like, that doesn't feel good. And I'm more gentle with her than the heavyweight guys are with me, but we're closer in size. So it doesn't feel good. So there's something I respect about her, that she just has a very deep toughness that way. It's like, no, let's go. But then I hear guys go, just to contrast that, I hear other guys, PTSD, need a mental health day, need more balance. So, it doesn't, inspire a lot of respect, or I just think, what a joke. It's like, what a joke. It's not even a man. He touched on that earlier. It's not even a man. It's like, what is this little squishy little squid, little jellyfish? Not even a squid. A squid is still smart. It's like a jellyfish, just a squishy little thing just floating around out there somehow.
You watch this video all the way through, and that tells me you're dedicated to learning more and earning far above average outcomes in your life. Congratulations for that. But now it's time to take action. If you could have earned those results by yourself, you would have done it already. My head coach has opened up a few spots on his high-demand calendar for an in-person, one-on-one strategy session to help you. On this call, we'll give you pragmatic advice that you can implement tonight to get laser-focused on the right metrics and leave mediocrity far behind in your past. Click that link right now in the description below and apply for your call immediately. Do it now.